Today on Karamo.
I love her so much.
These are your babies.
Rodney has been raising these two children.
I still pick him up, I still take him this, I do that.
But is it possible they really belong to another man?
You said you have a confession you have to make. Did you know that?
I did not know.
And then,
So have you all ever met before?
could this man be the real father of either one of the two children Rodney has been raising?
Do you want him to be the father?
Honestly,
Has Rodney been raising two children that aren't truly his?
I want to invite you down here because I'm going to get to the DNA truth right now, and I think you should be down here.
Two men will deal with two DNA outcomes unlocked.
I love these kids.
Are you ready for this?
And what happens is unforgettable.
My guest Rodney has been a doting father to his ex's two children. From the day he learned she was pregnant, he stepped in and stepped up. But now there seems to be some confusion about the paternity of not one, but both of these children. Rodney is here to finally uncover the DNA truth. So everyone, please welcome Rodney to the show. Hey Rodney, how you doing?
How you doing?
Nice to meet you, man.
Nice to
Let me
meet
give
you
a
as
hug,
well.
man.
Appreciate
So what I'm understanding is that you're unsure if you are the father of either of these two children.
I am.
When
I
did
am
you become unsure?
The day that she told me that she was pregnant.
Yes.
We're gonna go back a little bit before that because I had met her on social media.
Uh-huh.
And between me and her was just straight lust. I
Yeah.
mean, when I hit her up, I DM'd her, she was looking good, she was looking right.
All right.
And I'm just like, yo, you know what? Let me just get on that, you know what I mean? And she
Yeah.
wasn't really messaging me back, but I was persistent on it. I was going hard, and when she finally did, we made plans to meet. When it did happen, the day that we did meet, I kind of caught feeling for her.
Mm-hmm.
And I kind of told her like days after we met that I had feelings for you. She completely blocked me.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
She completely blocked me.
Was she with someone at this time?
She was.
She was. So she was in a relationship.
She was. She was
Okay.
definitely in a relationship.
That makes a little bit more sense for just the lust. So it was just a sex thing in the beginning.
In the beginning, it was
Okay.
definitely just a sex thing. Yeah.
Understandable. And at what point did she leave that relationship and then it became you two and not just lust?
It literally like 2 weeks.
2 weeks later.
2 weeks after. Like, after she blocked me, she literally hit me up like 2 weeks after telling me that, like, yo, you know what? I'm ready to give this a chance with you. I want to try it out. I'm not dealing with my past boyfriend anymore.
So
It's
you was a
done,
side
over
piece
with.
for a little bit.
Yeah, I was.
sense, okay.
I was.
I mean, let's be real. Like we say the girl's the side piece, you the side piece.
Yeah, I
All right,
definitely
all right.
was.
So then how long did you and Denise officially date?
We dated for like at least a good month or two.
Mm-hmm.
It was rocky. Towards the ending of the month, only because that I was still like in my dog phase. I'm gonna be real. I was still in phases of where I wanted to deal with other females and do what I wanted to do, and I guess she went through my phone and found some things that she wasn't, that she wasn't happy finding.
So she decided to say, let's commit, and then she found out that you were still not ready yourself.
Basically, yeah.
And how did she react when how did you react when she told you that she was pregnant?
To be honest, at first this is what happened. I blocked her when she told me that she was pregnant.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm gonna be real. I did.
Were you together when she told you she was pregnant?
No.
So you weren't even together in a relationship?
No.
Got it. So you block her.
Yeah.
And then when did you unblock her to actually have a conversation?
I unblocked her when I was having a heart-to-heart conversation with a good friend of mine, and he was basically telling me like, yo, listen, man, if you know what you did and you was with her, step up to the plate, bro. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Do what you gotta do.
And you stepped up.
I did.
So, but in your mind, who else could have been the father of her son?
Her previous boyfriend, the person I was the side piece for.
Got it.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
So you think that potentially this man could have been the father,
yes,
and
sir.
because you were just together, you side piece, then just together for a month and a half to two.
Yes.
Got it. So, did history repeat itself?
Yes.
In what way?
We just stopped never messing with each other. We tried it out again.
Yes.
But still didn't work, so we kept it as we're just gonna mess around with each other.
Got it. So
And
she's still talking to people.
Yeah.
And then got it.
Yeah.
So you said we're just gonna like keep it like this. Y'all messing around. She's messing with other people.
Right.
So you basically then just said I'm gonna accept the role of side piece.
Basically.
Got it.
yeah,
Okay, I got
basically
it.
just accepted the role.
Okay. So then what happened with her second child, the daughter?
Okay.
Your daughter.
This was recent. I never knew that she was messing with somebody else when she told me that she was pregnant with my daughter.
Got it.
Because at that time, we wasn't together, but I thought we was clear that it was just like us.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like nobody else. So I didn't know that she had like somebody else that she was messing with before.
Got it.
She never told me that this baby, my daughter, could be mine or anything of like that nature. It was the same thing from the time that she was pregnant with my son. She told me, I was happy, and I was probably even more happier, honestly.
Because this time you're like, we're together.
Yeah,
or,
exactly.
like,
You know what I mean?
Not together, but you think you're not talking to anybody else.
Exactly. So I was even more ecstatic. I was happy. I was just like, okay. And I even played like the biggest part. I was there for everything. I was there for the umbilical cord cooting. I was there for the birth. I took the videos. I was there for literally everything from the time that they was born up to the time, you know, right now.
Wow. So how did you find out she may not be yours?
Well, through argument. It was
Through
an argument. We had an argument recently, it's like a month ago. And as we was arguing, she said something to me that hit.
Uh-huh.
And what she
was it?
said was, be happy that the baby, that your daughter is yours and not the person I'm with now. Now that really, like, it really hit, like, I understand, but it hit me when I got home, like, what do you mean by that? Like, what are you trying to say? And then, it's crazy because after, like,
Be happy your daughter's not the other man.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
By her telling me that.
Do you have real emotions for this woman?
I do. I do.
Because I know that we can joke around with you, the fact that y'all never stayed in a committed relationship, you were a side piece, blah, blah, blah. But at the end of the day, if you're raising these kids with her, you love them, you're there. This is a woman you love and you cherish.
I do.
Did you hope at one point that there would be a future?
I did.
You did?
I do. I love her so much.
Yeah. Here you go, brother. It's all right. Here you go. Here you go, brother. Yeah.
I love her so much that I tried within my power to make everything work. Even like with everything that we've been dealing with.
You love her. I can understand. You're trying your hardest.
Rodney has been raising these two children.
I still pick him up, I still take him this, I do that.
But is it possible they really belong to another man?
You said you have a confession you have to make.
A confession you have to see to believe is about to come out.
Did you know that?
I did not know.
My guest Rodney has been a doting father to his ex's two children from the day he learned she was pregnant. He stepped in and stepped up. But now there seems to be some confusion about the paternity of not one, but both of these children.
Between me and her was just straight lust. I kind of caught feeling for her.
Was she with someone at this time?
She was.
So you was a side piece for a little bit.
Yeah, I was. We dated for like at least a good month or two.
Were you together when she told you she was pregnant?
No.
So you weren't even together in a relationship?
No.
Who else could have been the father of her son?
Her previous boyfriend, the person I was the side piece for.
So then what happened with her second child, the daughter?
Okay.
Your daughter.
This was recent. I never knew that she was messing with somebody else when she told me that she was pregnant with my daughter. As we was arguing, she said something to me that hit. Be happy that your daughter is yours and not the person I'm with now. Like, what do you mean by that? I was there for everything, from the time that they was born up to the time, you know, right now. I love her so much that I tried within my power to make everything work.
I can understand. You're trying your hardest. How often do you see your children?
Every weekend.
Every weekend.
I work, all right. I'm a mechanical engineer. I go from work straight to her house, I pick them up and go home, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's from Friday to Sunday night. I drop them back home only because I have to go to work from 7 to 3 o'clock. So my day usually is taken up throughout the whole week.
Got it.
But there's even throughout the days that I don't go to work. Like let's say if there's a Sunday and it falls into Monday to where I can't work, I tell them like, yo, listen, I got them. You know what I mean? I'll bring them Tuesday because I
You're
got
a
work.
very invested father.
I am. And even on days where I don't work at all, I go take it. Even on days I don't work, I see them, I take it. I'm literally with them all the time.
Yeah.
All the time, literally.
Yeah.
So.
These are your babies.
Yeah.
I'm sorry because I could tell throughout you telling this story, and this is why I had to change the tone a bit, is that there's more at stake for you. It's your heart, it's your kids, it's a woman that you love. So in your opinion, why don't you think you and Denise didn't work out?
It's like she never got to understand like me personally. You know what I mean? Like she put me through so much like heartache and heartbreak to where I try to get her to understand who I am as a person for so long, but she never once. It's like she's stuck in her ways. You know what I mean? It's like her past relationships like really did a number on her to where I really got the short end of the stick. I tell her this all the time. You know what I mean? Because I've seen her in past relationships. You know what I mean? I've seen the way she acts when she is in relationships with other people. And it's like, I don't ever get that, you know what I mean? Like, and I'm the one that try all the time.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like what they say. Like the one who's there the most is the one I get, it's like the one I get treated like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? And the one that's not there is the one that gets all the praise and the glory. So like, I never understand on why we never could have made it work. I always told her like, yo, at least try. You know what I mean? It takes two people. You know what I mean? Just like how we made these babies, it takes two people to make, you know what I mean? To make,
Make it work. I hear that. I hear that. I do understand that. Do you think she loves you?
Honestly, I don't really know.
Okay. Well, I think it's time to meet Denise and find out her side of the story. And also, I want to know if she loves you. So everyone, please welcome Danise to the show. Hi.
Hello.
Welcome to the show. Thanks for being here. So, first of all, my producers are telling me before we even start that you said you have there's a confession you have to make. What's the confession?
A confession that will change everything is coming out next.
Did you know that?
I did not know.
And then,
So, have you all ever met before?
could this man be the real father of either one of the two children Rodney has been raising?
You said you hated me, so I was trying to give you something to hate me for.
You are the father.
Get off my stage!
How often do you see your children?
Every weekend. Even on days I don't work, I see them, I take it. I'm literally with them all the time.
These are your babies.
Yeah.
Why don't you think you and Denise didn't work out?
She put me through so much like heartache. I've seen the way she acts when she is in relationships with other people. And it's like, I don't ever get that, you know what I mean? Like, and I'm the one that try all the time.
First of all, my producers are telling me before we even start, there's a confession you have to make. What's the confession?
It's a few other people
What do you
when
mean?
it comes to my son.
So there's more, it's more than just your ex and him
Yes.
that could potentially be the father.
Yes.
Did you know that?
I did not know.
Okay. How does that make you feel hearing that information? Yeah, got it. What about your daughter? Is he the only potential person or
No.
no? There's multiple people there too?
Yeah.
Okay.
But he knew what it was at the end of the day, so don't like
It's not,
sit
that,
here.
it's not that like I knew what it was. It's just like you, first one,
Don't,
you,
hold on, but let me talk
you-
though. Let
but
me
you
talk.
never
Let me
told
talk. Let me talk. Because he knew what it was from the beginning. We
Uh-huh.
was really never together. He lied, he cheated, he did all that. You know what I'm saying?
He did admit to
So
that. He did admit to that.
when it came to my son, he knew it was a possibility that he could be his and he could not be his.
So is this why, from your opinion, this relationship didn't work? Because you felt like the guy you got in the beginning, which he did say in the beginning, that after that 1 and 2.5 months that y'all were together, that he was still in his doggish ways. So is that what you're holding on to? Why you
That
said you
was
can't
my-
get into it?
No, that was years prior to me getting pregnant.
Got it.
I was with him before that.
So what
I
is-
didn't
what
get
is
in
it
a
about in your
with
relationship?
him until after I had my daughter.
Got it. So for you, what is it that made this relationship not be able to work For you, what was it that said, nah, I can't go there?
He's delusional.
He's delusional.
He's like, sometimes he really like is really delusional, and I don't like that. It's a lot of stuff that he done said and that he done did was very weird.
Like,
In what way?
Like what though? What makes me delusional is what I'm trying to figure out. What makes me delusional? What do I be saying that makes me delusional?
So we gonna start with you keep saying you hate me and you hope I die. Let's start with that. And then I still took you back after that, and you still did the same.
You didn't make those comments?
Yeah, I did.
But just yet, you supposed to love me and be in love with me. How you in love with me saying like that? And I still took you back. And it's pissing me off because he want to sit here and portray himself to be like I'm just doing wrong the whole time. Like, what about what you did? When I admit, okay, yeah, I might have been wrong for saying that. Like, what I said about my daughter, yeah, I was wrong, but you said you hated me, so I was trying to give you something to hate me for. I feel like everything I did, like, you ain't hate me for these kids not being yours. If they not, like, I don't know.
Did you ever consider him a relationship, or was he always a side piece to you?
Yes, I did consider him, but he definitely was.
Okay.
You know, but that's because that's what he wanted to be. You know,
I did not want it to be a side piece.
That's what he started off to be with the side piece. You feel what I'm saying?
That's how I started
he
off.
Knew,
but when I started bringing out my feelings, every time I tell you my feelings or how I feel about you, it's like you just misdirect them. It's like it goes one ear and out the other. It's like you never want to hear me. It's like you never want to hear what I got to say. And then everything you're talking about, understand that this happened a little while ago. I've been stopped my doggish ways for you. I put everything down just for you and the kids, and you cannot say that it's not a fact. I do everything for you and the kids. Everything. Everything. Yo, bro, I'm gonna keep it real. I do know that I'm not a saint. I may not be the most perfect person.
He does.
So
I may
he's a
not
good
be the
father.
most perfect
He's a
person.
great father.
Great father.
You know
But
what I
when
mean?
it comes to being in a relationship with me, hell no.
Because you never want to take out to understand who I am and who I am as a person. You never want to take out, you never want to communicate. And I always told you, communication is always
You're a
must.
liar, and you're a pathological liar. You're not just a liar, you're a pathological liar. You lie for nothing, absolutely no reason at all. Like, for what? Why would I want to be with somebody? And I tell you this time and time again, why would I want to be with somebody that keep lying?
How long have you known that he may not be the father of your son or your daughter? Since day one?
My son since day one, yeah.
And your daughter?
I didn't really I'm only saying that because I feel like she do look like him, but it's still a possibility. But with my son, it was like literally since
Do you know
basically
from
since
day
day
one?
one. You know?
Who are some of the other potential fathers? I know we have
a couple people that you
used to talk to. So we know we have Rodney. We know we have the ex. So you're saying there's some mystery men we might not know that you don't talk to? But I also heard that as well there's the guy named Jay that we've invited here today, who's in the audience. Jay, are you here?
Hey, how we doing?
Rodney, did you know about Jay? You didn't know about Jay. Okay. So have you all ever met before?
This story is about to take a dramatic turn.
Don't even play with me like that. So you ain't know that my son could possibly be yours? You didn't know that, right?
Could this man be the real father of either one of the two children Rodney has been raising?
I'm gonna get to the DNA truth right now, and I think you should be down here.
Stay tuned and don't miss the moment the DNA outcomes are unlocked.
It's a few other people
What do you
when
mean?
it comes to my son.
It's more than just your ex and him
Yes.
that could potentially be the father.
Yes.
What about your daughter? Is he the only potential person, or
No.
no?
He knew what it was from the beginning. We was really never together. He lied, he cheated, he did all that. You keep saying you hate me and you hope I die. So I was trying to give you something to hate me for.
Who are some of the other potential fathers? So we know we have Rodney, we know we have the ex. But I also heard that as well there's the guy named Jay that we've invited here today, who's in the audience. Rodney, did you know about Jay? You didn't know about Jay. Okay. So have you all ever met before?
No.
You ever heard of him?
No.
Okay. So Jay, what are your thoughts on this situation?
I thought this was a joke.
Okay.
Seriously, the producers called me. I thought this was a joke. I was taking it like a joke. Apparently this is not a joke. So I'm just here, to find out if I have a kid or not.
Yeah.
I'd rather not, but I'm just here.
Yeah.
Just here.
So you'd rather not?
Don't even play with me like that. Don't even play with me like that. Because you the same that wrote me talking about, can we be a family? Talking about, can I come to your hotel room? Don't even play with me like that.
I definitely didn't do that one.
What?
I definitely didn't do it.
So you ain't know that my son could possibly be yours? You didn't know that, right? You didn't know that, right? So if, like, we could pull up some messages, that wouldn't be you either?
Nah.
Oh, okay. Why? Because you got, like, 5
So what is
Facebook
the
things, like,
situation
all of
between
them,
you two?
right?
That's crazy.
What's the situation between you two?
He's wild for that.
We're friends. We were just
Tryna
cool.
play
You're friends.
We were just
and you're
hanging
saying,
out on
and point
weekends.
blank, you're saying because, so you dated, did you hook up? What was it?
We were just hanging out on weekends.
So you hung out. So you were never in a relationship. So it was just hanging out and sexual. You slept together a couple times.
A couple times.
Okay.
Yeah,
then.
a couple times.
Well, let's lay out the possibilities when it comes to both children for you. Take a look at this. So we have your 2 beautiful babies, Braylon and Brianna. And then we have Rodney could possibly be the father of both. Jay, your ex, and then the 2 mystery men here, correct?
Irresponsible. It's crazy.
What was going on in your life during this time?
Everything. A lot.
Okay, you told my producers that during this time you were like heavily using Molly?
Yes.
Okay. Did she tell you about Rodney?
Who?
This man right here.
No.
Never.
Don't do that either. You're a clown.
Is he the jail?
You're a clown.
So you've heard about somebody that was in jail before, or somebody that she was talking to?
Yeah, but it's the Bronx, so,
Yo,
This
he's
guy,
a
Bob, so he-
clown. Please sit him down.
So I need to know, so how will the DNA outcome affect you?
It won't.
It won't affect you.
Won't.
Because you don't want this child.
Nah.
You don't want this. If this
Yo,
was
you a clown.
If this was to be your child, would you want to sign away your rights? Because I'm just asking you specifically. The way you're talking about is that
And
you
you
don't want.
should.
You don't want.
Yeah,
you
But
wouldn't
I
want
hope
anything
it
to
ain't.
happen.
You
do that.
should, but I hope it ain't yours. You trying to play me. You really trying to play me, but it's cool though. It's really cool.
So would
it's
this?
funny. It's not a joke.
I know.
So
We're
why
on a
you
kilometer.
laughing?
Because it's hilarious.
Why you laugh? It's not funny.
Do you want him to be the father?
Honestly,
Has Rodney been raising 2 children that really belong to another man?
I want to invite you down here because I'm going to get to the DNA truth right now, and I think you should be down here.
2 men will deal with 2 DNA outcomes unlocked.
I love these kids.
Are you ready for this?
And what happens is unforgettable.
You are the father.
Get off my stage. I thought this was a joke. Apparently this is not a joke. So I'm just here, to find out if I have a kid or not. I'd rather not, but I'm just here.
Yeah.
Just here.
don't even play with me like that. Because you the same that wrote me talking about, can we be a family?
How will the DNA outcome affect you?
It won't.
It won't affect you. Because you don't want this child.
Nah.
Well, let's lay out the possibilities when it comes to both children. We have Rodney could possibly be the father of both. Jay, your ex, and then the 2 mystery men. So would
It's
this?
funny. It's not a joke.
I know.
So
We're
why
on a
you
kilometer.
laughing?
'Cause
Why you laugh? It's not funny.
I'm not the irresponsible one here.
How? We was both irresponsible if that's the case.
You're right. You're right. It is so true. It is so true.
Okay. I gotta ask you point blank, have you been in communication with any of these other possible fathers, the ex or the 2 mystery men?
Yes.
You have? And what have you said to them?
I mean, I didn't. Not too much, but it ain't nothing that they don't know.
So they do know about the situation?
Yes.
Okay. And you looking at this, what is in your mind? Because these are the babies you pick up every weekend, you said you love. Do you want him to be the father?
Honestly, I do, but I don't.
Why don't you?
Because every time we go through things, whether it's a small, big thing or not, it's always, I hate you, you're Satan's child, and I don't wanna go through that.
You see, okay.
Does he do this in front of your children?
No.
No.
Okay, see, and I always, that's one thing I always tell her,
Don't nothing happen in front of our
that's
kids.
one thing I always tell her, like, whatever we go through is what we go through. I never, ever put my, you see, when we started, when Braylon was born, I used to hear the same that every other baby father used to get. Oh, you're not gonna see your kids, or your kids don't love you, and it's just all the same that every trying father would hear. You feel what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
So it's not the fact that I don't want to be with her. I just don't want to be in a relationship with her or any of that. But at the end of the day, it's like I love these kids. You understand what I mean?
Yeah. I hear it.
And you can't say that. Whenever we get into our situations, I tell you this show all the time, bro, please leave the kids out of it because our kids have nothing to do with us. This is a whole totally separate situation. So you always want to bring the kids up, the kids. And you know what's funny? Everything that we're talking about right now, oh, I'm a great father, I do this, because I hear it from everybody. It's when it's down at his lowest, is when it's a problem. Because it's recently, when I was dealing with a little situation about my apartment, about my crib, is when I didn't buy my kids a couple of things lately, is what was getting her upset.
Is that true?
That's what was getting her upset.
You know what's really,
I haven't been buying my kids lately. I haven't been
upset?
buying the things that I have, and I'm telling her like, yo, bro, I'm going through a real situation that you don't even know about.
Whatever.
I'm about to lose my crib.
And what
I'm about to lose a lot right now that you don't really know I'm good. I'm not really working as I was working before, so I can't really provide. I apologize that my pockets is a little low right now to where I can't provide for them as I used to before. Because when I was providing for them before, it was never a problem. When my car was up and running, it was never a problem. When I had money in my pocket, it was never a problem. But when I got no bread, it's always a problem. But everything else, I still do. I still pick him up. I still take him this. I do that. It's just when I have no money.
Yeah.
You see how it is?
Yeah,
it's when I have no bread.
What are you saying? Because you're saying
I'm not doing wrong. I'm still doing the same thing that I was doing previously.
Is that true?
It's just now.
You're saying that he's a great father, that he's been good, but then you also said that you kind of want him to be the dad, but you don't. But from what it sounds like, he's been there for your children so much. He's still showing up. So why would there be a hesitation? Because you also just said he never disrespects you.
It's because she feels like that because of her personal feelings.
When we together, he don't see his kids. He don't see else. It's just all about me. It's not about me and the kids.
I understand what you're saying.
You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, but at the end of the day, I do all of that for your acceptance, just to make you happy, just to
is
make
your car.
Wrong.
All you care about is your car.
I gotta ask you a question. Do the children love him?
Oh, they love him.
This is their dad.
Yes.
Got it. Jay, I want to invite you down here because I'm going to get to the DNA truth right now, and I think you should be down here. Come on down.
Let's go have a fun day. It's gonna be amazing. Let's do it.
All right, well, first we're going to look at the DNA truth for your son. Rodney, in this envelope is the DNA truth if you are Braylon's father.
All right.
Are you ready for this?
Yeah, I am.
Please read it out loud for us.
Rodney is not Braylon's biological father.
Got it. So sorry. You kind of said you had a possibility of knowing that?
I did.
So that was in your mind?
I did, yeah.
How does it make you feel knowing this information?
Yo, at the end of the day, that's still my boy. I love him. I know you guys hear me all the time. It's not gonna make me feel no different, you know. It's not gonna erase anything that happens in the past. I was still different, everything, you know what I mean? And at the end of the day, you're still my son, you know. So I don't know what's gonna happen after.
So that means, what's going on through your mind right now? Because I see you tearing up. Okay. So this means that it could be Jay's or the ex's. Jay's, you've been over there smiling.
Huh?
You've been over there smiling. What is your thoughts? You've been very clear that you didn't, this was just something you messed around with, you didn't want this, and that you don't want this child. You've been very clear. And I'm not gonna say that I can knock you if you've not been involved in the situation, if y'all weren't really dating, for you to get shocked by my producers to say, hey, you gotta have a child. I understand why you thought this could be a joke. But you're saying it's not. But what's going on in your head? What's the smiles for? Because are you nervous?
Yeah, nervous is the word. There we go.
Yeah.
So you're nervous.
Yeah. All right, well, in this DNA envelope right here is the truth. Are you ready for this?
No.
I know you're not. Well, this is your truth to open.
Wonderful. You want to open it? No? All right. That's fine.
Can you read it out loud for us?
Is Jay the real father of Danise's son? Is Rodney really the father of his daughter? All of the answers are about to be unlocked.
Do you want him to be the father?
Honestly, I do, but I don't.
Jay, I want to invite you down here because I'm going to get to the DNA truth right now, and I think you should be down here. Come on down. Rodney, in this envelope is the DNA truth if you are Braylon's father. Are you ready for this?
Yeah, I am.
Please read it out loud for us.
Rodney is not Braylon's biological father.
So this means that it could be Jay's or the ex's. Jay's, you've been over there smiling. What is your thoughts? In this DNA envelope right here is the truth.
Wonderful. Okay.
Can you read it out loud for us? What does it say?
Huh?
What does it say?
Jay is Braylon's biological dad. So wonderful. So wonderful. So wonderful.
So you just found out you have a son.
New kid.
What's going through my mind is that
This is a lot for you to process.
not only that,
That nigga's really that ass.
he wanted to have a kid with me.
Oh.
I did.
You feel what I'm saying? So when we did what we did, it was on some like, yeah, you gonna be my first baby mother. You feel what I'm saying? Because tell them what your name is.
Huh?
Tell them what your name is.
My name is Jay.
What they call you.
Jerome?
What you call yourself, actually. He call himself Poppy. That's
That
what he
is
call himself.
wicked.
It is. That's what you call
wicked.
yourself, right? As my son got
Well, you
older.
were claiming it. You were calling yourself these names. I mean,
As my son got older, he looked just like him.
Jay, do you have
So I
do you
wrote
have
him.
other children?
I have zero. No.
You have no children.
Nah.
I wrote him
So
and
this
I
is
told
your
him
first
there was
child.
a possibility.
Unfortunately. It's a whole person.
Yeah.
That look even down to the ears.
So hearing you say that now, that means in your mind you kind of already knew.
I knew though. I knew.
Oh, you did know.
I knew, but how can I didn't like I was trying to prove it and I told him. Jay, did I
Did
not
you
tell
know
you?
that she was telling
When my son was
Jay?
1 year old,
Yeah, nothing about
he
him.
knows nothing about him. And he know nothing about him.
So if you thought for sure that this would be that Jay was a father and you saw your son looking like him, why didn't you let everybody in know?
I did like I been told him that before I had my son, you know, that it's a possibility. He took it on himself. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, okay, well, I mean,
To be there for my
Yeah,
son, but he never told
about
me.
that, so
I understand.
And the crazy part is, for whatever his reason is, he didn't sign my son's birth certificate, right?
Wow.
So, later on down the line,
But why? But you did tell. But why not tell Jay? You did tell him. You did tell him.
I
but
did tell him. He knew.
Jay, so you're saying you knew about this, but you just didn't believe it. You didn't think
Oh
there's a
my God.
possibility.
Of course I didn't believe it.
And he, because I
Do you
told
see all
him,
these pictures? Do you think I believe this?
I told him, you know, like
This is wicked.
it was a possibility because when we did have sex, the
Wicked.
condom did pop. So
Yeah.
like,
Well, Jay,
he never even told me he had doubts. We could have probably did it a long time ago.
congratulations on becoming a father.
Why, thank you, Black man. Why, thank you.
You're a
Why,
father.
thank you. Wonderful day.
Father, yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, there is your little boy had nothing to do with any of this. And you do get to have a conversation with her. You do get to have a conversation about how you want to move forward. I will tell you this, from what it sounds like, Rodney has been doing a damn good job of protecting your child and making sure that your child was not in harm's way. Because we just heard it could have been worse. You were here and they were fighting in front of your kids. Your kid could have been out there. At least you had somebody that was providing. So I just want to give you your props. I know this is a hard moment for you and everyone has to process.
My kid.
This is what I'm gonna do, Jay. I'm gonna give you some time. If you need help navigating the emotions or where you're at right now, I'm here for you. So I'm gonna go ahead and send you backstage, let you process this information, and we have to get to the results of your daughter. So I'll be back there in a little bit if you need some help.
Do I get to keep this?
Yeah, you do. All right, well, Rodney, I gotta ask you point blank. We now know that Braylon, though you're in his life, you've been supportive, is not your biological child. If you find out Brianna is not your biological child,
I don't know.
will you stay with Denise? Will you stay in these children's life?
Would I even have a spot? Being completely honest. Because it's like, we just found out that, you know, who his biological dad is. And you know me, I love children, and I've always wanted to be a father, so I would never, ever take anybody away from their children. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I'm happy, you know, that we got to the bottom of this, so it's like, bro, do what you gotta do. You know, you got a son now, you found out you have a kid, so obviously I want you to get to know your child. You feel what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
But now if I'm finding out that Brianna might not be mine, where does that leave me?
Yeah. Well, I think it's time to get to the DNA truth of this as well. So, Brianna, who you've been raising, how old is she now?
1.
She's 1 year old. Again, this is your truth to open, not mine. Please read us and tell us what it says.
The DNA outcome just proved he was not the father of his son. But is Rodney the father of his daughter? The incredible answer is next.
What does it say?
Jay is Braylon's biological dad.
I knew though. I knew.
Oh, you did know.
As my son got older, he looked just like him.
This is what I'm gonna do, Jay. I'm gonna give you some time. If you need help navigating the emotions or where you're at right now, I'm here for you. All right, well, Rodney, I gotta ask you point blank. If you find out Brianna is not your biological child,
I don't know.
will you stay?
Would I even have a spot?
Well, I think it's time to get to the DNA truth of this as well. Again, this is your truth to open, not mine. Please read us and tell us what it says.
Rodney, you are not. Brianna's biological father.
Man. Brother, come here. Let me give you a hug, man. Come here, man. Come here, brother. Damn. I'm sorry, man. I'm really sorry. I'm really, really sorry. I'm really sorry. I got you. I got you. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. Yeah, I know. I know, man. I know. I know. I know. There you go. What do you have to say? What are your thoughts? What do you want to say to him?
I really am sorry. Rodney, I'm sorry.
So do you know who these mystery men are? Have you been in contact with them?
Yeah.
And have you been able to tell them what's going on?
Oh, they know.
Yeah, they know.
Yeah.
Rodney, I'll tell you this. This has been a lot of information that you received all at once, and I'm very sorry, especially when you just said you're in a spot in your life right now where things are not the best. I'm so sorry. We don't understand in these moments what it's supposed to mean for us and what lesson we're supposed to learn and how we're supposed to use this as a tool to grow. And in time, that will reveal itself. But right now, I need you to understand that you're going to go through a process of grieving. You're going to have to grieve the life you had, the relationships you had, and also try to figure out what's new. And I want you to know, as you're on that process of grieving and figuring out, I want to be here to support you. In any conversations you need, I got you, okay? Seriously. And if there's any support that you need in talking to these other two men and finding out the truth, let us know. I think for you, this is probably one of the best things that can happen for you, because what's happening is all the secrecy, the things that's been going on in your head, you're getting purged of that. Yes, it's affecting other people's lives, but at the end of the day, this truth ultimately is going to support these kids in having the best life. Yeah. Because it's better while they're young to find out information and versus being 15, 20, 30, right. 40, and feeling as if their life is a lie. So I appreciate you being honest, and I appreciate you trusting me with your story, and know that I'm here for you with these men. But I do have one last question for you. Rodney asked, is there space for him in your kid's life? And I want to know from you, do you think there's space in your kid's life for him?
How I can put it is, yes, actually, but how?
Well, I think with once emotions are settled, y'all can figure that out to some degree.
He love my kids, but he good. These kids ain't his. He gonna go on about his life. You know, all he probably need is like a month or something like that. He good.
Okay, possibly.
I know he love my kids though. I know he do, but trust me, he good. That's a weight off his back.
Okay. Any support you need, figuring this out and grieving, I'm here for you. Well, listen, thank you everyone for being with us. Make sure to come back next time, friends, so we can keep talking and we can keep growing. I love you all.